Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Becca Marino and I am a soul mentor here to guide you back to the magic within your soul. Day 23. Why worry? I hear a lot of the time people saying I'm worried about my child, or I'm worried about my partner, I'm worried about my health, I'm worried about my money, I'm worried about my family member, my friend, my work, my job, my studies. There is a lot of worrying happening in the world. Now, firstly, worrying is overthinking about something that's happening. And usually that something is beyond our control. A loved one is ill, we appear to not have enough money. It's raining, you're worried about the weather, there's a big storm, Usually the thing that is being worried about is something that is beyond our physical control. We can't stop it from raining if it's raining, and we can't magically stop someone from being sick if they're sick. So it is a form of overthinking. It is a form of keeping that circumstance alive. The more attention we put on something, the more that stays alive in our experiences. Where attention grows, where attention goes, creation grows. So whatever's happening in your life right now and you're worrying about it, it's not pointing blame, but what you're worrying about is where your attention is going. And so that creation, that illness, that lack of money, that dangerous weather, whatever it is that has been being created, the more attention it gets, the more love and nurture it's getting, the more worry it's getting, the more it's going to stay in the existence. That's the only way it can stay. For something to wither and die, it needs to be ignored, it needs to be removed. And it's not ignoring in the sense of burying your head in the sand and pretending and being in denial. It's not, okay, well, my child's not sick, I'll just pretend, while they're sick over here, and I'll just pretend they're not sick and pretend like they're okay. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm saying is that when we turn our attention away from what appears to be really concerning and really worrying and deeply upsetting, we turn to the faith of the higher power. I use the words God and universal mind all interchangeably. You find your word that works for you. That natural force that is running life. There is this power behind life that has got us, even in the bleakest of situations. And so when we turn to that faith and we turn to that power and we tap into that power that is us, it's bigger than us and yet it is us as well. It's that paradox. So when we turn to that problem, that worrisome thing, no longer seems so worrying, because we're turning to something else. We're tapping into something much higher than worry and panic. We're tapping into a space, a higher level of consciousness. And when we do that from the inside, what has to happen is the outside creation changes, because that's just how life works. It can't work any other way. So when we change that inside and we tap into that faith of the higher power of the universal mind, and we fully let go of the worrisome situation and we focus our attention on health and well-being and amazing things happening for us, that's what will get created in our world. So worrying doesn't cause anything to get better, it just sustains it where it is. And worrying doesn't make you a good mother or a good father or a good friend. Being worried about someone or something isn't a helpful situation, isn't a helpful use of your time. Worrying for someone is just, it's causing you to overthink the situation, and it's feeding that experience, that circumstance to continue growing. Now, I'm not saying that, suddenly when you turn away from this worrisome situation, and you turn to faith and you tap into this power, that magically this person's going to get better, because we work from the inside out. So this person who's ill also needs to tap in, and they need to work from the inside out and see that we don't know what stories they've created for themselves. It's coming back, it's tapping into that power, that faith, that you are okay no matter what, even if this person is poorly, even if there's something going on in your world that is causing you to feel worried. You don't have to be worried for it, and you can still have that worrying feeling, knowing that you're okay and there's something higher going on, there's something more powerful holding you and holding that person or holding that situation that will allow it to change. Because as humans, we are not stationary, we're not static. Change is inevitable. So I hope there was something helpful in that video, and I invite you gently to play with areas in your life where you do worry. Now, maybe don't go get your biggest, most difficult thing that you're worrying about, but little things that, oh, I'm worried the bus won't come on time, or oh, I'm worried if XYZ, something really small. I'm worried people might think my kid looks weird because they've dressed in 500 different colours. Those like really, really tiny things that, oh, my hair's not great. Those little things in life that we can just gently pick at and play with. And then eventually it's like, once you play with those little things, the bigger things become easier, and we start to see that worrying really isn't of any value. So I hope there was something helpful in there, and I will see you again tomorrow. Lots of love, all the best.